At the end of 2019, after many months of convincing my parents, I was finally able to purchase my first ever gaming laptop. It was a Dell G3, I think. It had pretty decent specs where I was able to finally play actual video games instead of just playing Minecraft and Roblox all the time. I was finally able to play actual real Steam games, but I was still broke, so I would always go on the free Steam library, see what free games could I play, and I finally picked my poison of choice, Destiny 2. I got so addicted to this game that I crossed 4,500 hours within just the span of 2 years. 4,500 hours in 2 years. Unbelievable amounts of just grinding away 24/7, all day, all night, just to get better weapons, get better gear, and flex on all my internet friends. And of course, I was depressed. I had major anxiety, couldn't talk to anybody in real life, hated myself, hated everyone around me, and then blamed video games on it instead of blaming myself. I even knew in the moment the same thing that I know right now. But if I knew what I knew now in the moment when I was in it, then why did I still continue to game all day? Even when I knew that this was destroying my life, why did I continue to destroy my life with the video games? And I think this point is summarized in one story that I have. So in Destiny 2, one of the hardest activities you can do is called a raid. Raids are a 6-man activity, so it's not something you can do by yourself. You have to do it with 5 other people. And it's basically a series of challenges with puzzles, boss fights, parkour sections. It's basically the developer of the game is putting the hardest missions possible in a series of challenges for you and summoning it up all in a raid experience. And of course, I had no friends to play with. My friends had lives that they had to do. They weren't playing video games all day, so I would have to join these Discord servers and find random people to play with. And for this particular day, I found this one group of 5 people, really cool guys, that I did one of the hardest raids in the game with. So raids are pretty hard, but then I went ahead and did the hardest raid in the game. We started the raid around the afternoon time, and when we finished the raid, it was around 9 p.m, 10 p.m, like pitch black night. Took us multiple hours to complete this raid because it was really challenging. And to be completely transparent, it was a very positive experience. The people that I was raiding with, they were really dope people. They were very understanding. Whenever I had to go and eat, they waited for me to go and eat before continuing the raid. Usually people, they just kick you out and find another person, but these guys waited on me and they waited for me to eat, and then we would wait for other people, or they had to do something. We would wait for them like 10-20 minutes. I was super patient, compassionate. There was a lot of teamwork, a lot of empathy going. It felt like we were cultivating a brotherhood almost. It was a really weird feeling that I never felt before in the digital landscape. And then after putting so much effort into the raid and then completing it, finally going across the finish line, there was such a big relief that we all felt. It was such a moment of bonding and connection and friendship. And it's like, I understand why I still played video games. It was because of those moments that I had right there, of having a friendship around me, of doing something really challenging and overcoming it. It's why I imagine most people, they never really quit video games, even though there's so much bad attached to it that even after completing the raid, I was still depressed, still hated myself, skinny fat physique, still doing all the degenerate habits you can imagine of. I still had a fun time doing video games, even though it was causing so much harm in my life. But if I quit video games, I'm gonna miss out on all these other things that are positive, which are genuinely positive. You don't sink 4,500 hours within the span of 2 years into a single game for no reason. I definitely felt something positive while playing video games. Even if it was ruining my life. Even now, so many years after I haven't touched a video game, I'll be seeing my friends talk about, oh, the new Elden Ring's out, or the new Elden Ring DLC's out and it's so sick. And I'm like, oh, this is the perfect game for me. I know I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna be sinking thousands of hours into this game if I do play it. And then I cope a little bit, right? I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, just thinking a couple, maybe just 1 week into this game, is that really gonna harm me? I've already been so consistent in the past that I know I'll only sink 1 week into this game and I'll be done, I swear, after that 1 week. Oh, it's like so fun. It's probably gonna, stimulate me creatively, and then, oh, I'm gonna be able to draw better. I'm gonna make better YouTube videos because I'm gonna have more stories to talk about. And it starts to cope. And I ultimately didn't play Elden Ring. I still want to play it, I really do, but I choose not to because I know even though I'm gonna have so much positive that comes to me, I know I'm just gonna go back to the degenerate version of myself that I used to be. Even though there's so much good attached to the experience that I would have of playing this new game that I would probably enjoy, there's gonna be so much baggage attached with it as well. There's no point in it. I'd rather just do the other things that I genuinely like, but have no baggage with them because they actually make me happy. They do have positives. Video games do have positives, they do. But the negatives far outweigh the positives, I reckon, for people like me who get super invested and addicted to these things and they can't moderate them to any degree. So it's just better off not to touch them at all, even though you really want to. Just don't touch them at all. And your life will be so much happier. Take it from me, as someone who hasn't touched video games in years and years. After sinking 4,500 hours within the span of 2 years into one game. Take it from me. I was probably one of the biggest gaming addicts you'll ever see on the internet. I don't care how much enjoyment I got from Destiny. I'll take the life that I'm living right now every single time, 10 out of 10 times over the life that I used to live. My mental health is so much better. My physical health is so much better. I'm making so much better friendships with other people, and I'm actually working towards meaningful goals that actually make me happy and give me real dopamine, not this fake digital dopamine that I used to crave.